What up? What up? What up? What's going on? Y'all know what this is, man. This is Mac and Wiz podcast. It's like episode 13, something. I don't know. We up there somewhere, man. But you know what I mean? We always tapping in. Shouts out to my co-host, Melody Mulatto. What's up, my guy?
Salute, man. Salute. What we about to do? Smack the Chris Rock. You gonna smack the Chris Rock up.
We're gonna get right to it, huh?
Yeah, that's what you know.
Right to it.
You know why we here. So, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my man Khalid. Khalid is in the building.
Salute.
He's a day one friend of me and Melanated Mulatto. You know what I'm saying?
That's the header.
I actually put the header as Will Smith and Chris Rock slap heard around the world, I think. So that is the headline right there. We also going to divulge in some other things. I got some questions, you know what I'm saying? If you're in the comment section, make sure you like and share this video right now. Make sure you share it. And listen, you could get in the comments. You can say your own thing, how you feel, your own perspective. We're not here to judge anybody. We just literally came to say our own perspective. You know what I'm saying?
We came to talk about it.
Right. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. And I got a few other questions. One of my other questions is, if you could go back to your 30-year-old self.
Hold on. Let's not into that.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Okay. We can go. I mean, I'm just saying. I got some questions.
What a perfect question.
Yeah, I definitely. You know what I'm saying. So this is one of the questions. I'll write it down. You know what I'm saying, and put it on a thing for you. If you could go back to your 30-year-old self, if you could say one thing, what would you say? We're gonna get into that a little bit later on in the show, but you know what I'm saying. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in idea. You know what I'm saying. Keep that on store because we definitely gonna go into there, man. So first and foremost, everybody, we all seen the slap. We all seen the slap.
Hands on him.
He brought it from here.
Yo, he put hands on him.
Wow. That was I thought it was real. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was. Some people say it was scripted. I thought it was real. Me personally.
I don't know about scripted, but I kind of thought at first when I heard it that it was.
Nah, I saw the emotion in it. I saw the emotion, and I don't think it was too fake.
Me neither.
Like,
Me neither.
He looked at his wife. He saw that his wife. At first, he laughed. Then he saw his wife. His wife felt a certain type of way.
So does that mean
he had to take action.
So does that mean that Jada put the battery in his back?
Somewhat, like she's been doing all this time.
Like, you just gotta laugh with all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know my facts. Okay, Jada, let me go take care of it. But wrong place to do that, man. I don't agree with it.
It was a bad joke.
It wasn't a bad joke.
It was the worst reaction.
But I'm saying it's coming from a comedian, man. So what are you gonna do? Once, you know, everybody's not gonna look at everything the same type of way. Some people laughed at it. Most of the people laughed at it. You know what I mean? I think sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us, man. And that was one of those times that he just couldn't handle it. He had to jump out the window.
He seemed pretty cool under pressure. That's why I thought it was staged at first.
Nah, he laughed at first. He was cool under pressure, but he looked at his wife. When you got your wife looking at you in a certain type of way, you know, like you said, 85% of communication is nonverbal.
Right, so you can see it.
So she said it to him with her eyes, like,
period.
That nigga, baby.
But she didn't say smack him now, though. He just misjudged. You know
I think along to what you said earlier, Leak, that I think it was unprofessional in saying. I do think I would have said something.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He just said something to my lady, even though it was a joke, and say, but it was a joke that was personally directed to it. It wasn't like he was speaking in general, you know what I'm saying? And I think to put it in context, it was already history. Some say it's not no history and it stems nothing from that, but you know, we go back to 2016 when Chris Rock was asked by Jada Pinkett to boycott the Oscars.
Yes.
And this is what he said. Chris Rock said, this is when the Oscars were so white, when we were saying, remember, it was a hashtag, Oscars so white. Y'all know, y'all remember that. Yeah. And he said that she shouldn't be mad. She can't boycott something that she ain't invited to. That's what Chris Rock had said back then. You know what I'm saying?
Which is a good point.
Said something like, that's like me boycotting Rihanna's penny.
I'm not invited. He did say that. He did say that. You know what I mean? I don't know how true it is, but I do.
Make no sense for him for her to boycott something that she technically wasn't
invited to anyway.
Right, and I think
it's like us boycott Gucci.
I don't buy. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So allegedly, Will Smith has said something to him about those comments, not where it was, but allegedly. I said allegedly, but all I'm trying to state is that I think there was history behind, you know, people saying stuff about Will and Jada. Obviously, their relationship is out in the public, so people taking shots at them. But I feel like if you take a shot at somebody and they right there in the crowd, you know, you got it right. That's like I always put Mike Tyson and say, imagine you telling a Mike Tyson joke, and they be like, "Yo, Mike's in the crowd right now." You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's in the same context in that saying. Would you say something?
Get up and go and punch somebody in the face.
Listen. Imitated him. It's been times when we go to that Jock comedy jam. Mike's been in the crowd.
You know, let's deal with the facts.
Talk about the way he talks.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
All right, listen. Now let's deal with the facts right now. If that was real, now on national TV, Will Smith went and assaulted Chris Rock. That's automatic assault. That's an open and shut case. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, if you're at the stature that you're at, you know what I mean, and you lose it like that, that's first of all, we always talk about men's mental health and how it goes ignored and stuff like that. That's a pure sign of his mental health breaking down right there in front of us because he couldn't control his emotions.
So here's a headline that I seen: Will Smith protecting his wife or toxic masculinity.
Listen, at the end of the day, he could have pulled Chris Rock to the side after the show, and that could have been
protecting your wife is put out of context because simple fact is, like one.
What is he protecting her from? A joke?
Yeah, exactly.
He's protecting her from a joke.
What the hell I was about to say?
No.
Protect because one, he found the joke initially funny.
Exactly, he did. He laughed at.
So he didn't find offensive to the joke. And Will, no, he's a comedian his damn self. He's a comic. He's not a stand-up on that.
Exactly.
Well, he's a jokester. He laughed and giggled first before his wife could have married him.
Yes.
So
people have said worse, man. Comedians have said worse. You know, like that's not. Nobody's gonna get up and walk up into the middle of a show and slap or assault. Let's not even call it. Let's not even say slap. Let's say what it was.
One of the New York rappers he was beefing with. It said to him that Jada was Tupac old chick. Why ain't gonna smack him?
No, but I think when you say that, we don't know the level.
To me.
I took it as when I see Will Smith, I felt like he lost it and he was like literally tired. Like, listen, you're not, you know what? You're not gonna start. You know, when you talk about my wife right here in front of my face, enough is enough. And you know what I'm saying? I had it right here. That's the way that I took it. Me personally, when I seen it,
you know,
I felt like I've been put in that situation before, and I made some of the wrong decisions and saying I could look and say, you know, maybe I would have said something.
You're taking out the content when you say you've been put in that position.
Of course.
How many times have you sat in a comedy show and been put in that position? Or in a place where I'm not saying a place where like you're in a bar and somebody insults your girl. That's a different place. That's a different time. Now you're
a different setting.
Yeah, that's a different setting.
Well, we talking about Will Smith
disrespecting my girl, because this ain't no comedy show. You ain't no comedy. So if you we're talking about a comic. We're not talking about somebody in the street disrespecting
someone making a joke.
Yeah, somebody making a
joke.
Like somebody making a joke with my girl. You ain't a comic, nigga. I mean, it's a different scenario. You're trying to mix in with this scenario.
You know what's crazy?
If it's in a scenario where my girl is being blatantly disrespected in public, nigga,
then you're gonna handle that.
Yeah, it's got.
But any man would.
Any man would.
But I'm not gonna risk. I'm not gonna risk my career or any of that to do.
A comic show. And the comic makes a joke about
I put a post up earlier about why this people went crazy. I said well why he ain't slap August or whatever. Well what August got to do with it, this and that.
Yeah, what does August do?
He don't. Because listen,
he don't.
Listen, let's think about it, right?
Why should he slap?
All right, listen. Can I say something? Listen, it's all jokes, right? And once you put yourself into a social media platform, it becomes fair game to everybody. So when I said that, I was just adding on to the other jokes that was about to come. You know what I mean? So it's not like
I get that.
August had nothing to do with it.
Social media, some people don't even social media. People they're so sensitive.
I'm glad you said that.
You can't even make a fucking regular.
Yo, that's a great point.
You can't even make the shit. If the delirious or the raw shit shit that we find are classic comics in our generation coming up. They wouldn't even be able to have no air in this motherfucker.
Yo, you know what it is?
Now we could bring it back to Richard Pryor and say Richard Pryor was one of the first to really say like he was really, really raw and uncut.
Our generation,
really raw and uncut.
Murphy,
right.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is like I think there's a line that has to be drawn and saying I know comedians are the ones that bring saying laughter is supposed to make light of the situation that we go through. It could be some of the, sometimes you have political comedy and saying, we're going through a situation and a comedian will make a joke about the situation where we're making light of the situation, saying we could have that time where it's sort of laugh. But I feel like there's a timing and a place, and that clearly was the wrong time, wrong place for Chris Rock to say that because.
No, it was only the wrong place to one person.
They were there,
right? And they were there, so that was like,
it was a good time to say that. It was a good time to say that.
Yes, because the whole crowd laughed.
Yes, everybody laughed.
I don't know, but she's the one that everybody focused that didn't feel the joke. So it wasn't the wrong place and the wrong time. It's just Jada got offended and Will reacted to his wife being offended.
I think he was right to react. Maybe not in the way he did. He was unprofessional for what he did, but
he should have booed him or something.
We live in a society now.
So let me ask you this.
Because Chris Rock clearly knew that she had alopecia.
I know. I don't know. He might have.
He clearly did,
but you don't know. You can't say really what he.
Come on, bro.
So what point is that? But let me put it to you like this. Say like it's the same thing. All right, everybody's offended. Jada got offended. But if you're really for people getting offended, listen to how you break it out. All right, so if Jada got offended and you agree with Will being able to smack Chris, he deserved to get smacked. So therefore, what did Will just do to Chris Rock? He just humiliated him, and just like his wife got humiliated.
Exactly.
So he did it. So if that's okay for Will Smith to humiliate him in a way of putting his
what made it wrong for Chris Rock to do
it? What makes it wrong for Chris Rock to do it to her?
When he's a comedian, and that's what comedians.
Let's see what the people got to say, because I
can't take both sides.
You
gotta say humiliating somebody.
Why you looking at what the people are gonna say? I just want to say this too. It's crazy that we live in a world today that something like that is not even a shock to us no more. Like stuff that happens now, it's like the new normal. Like back when I was younger or whatever, something like that would have never happened. You know what I mean? Like it would have been that would have been like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's so common that the next thing people do is make the memes about it. And it's a joke. Like nobody really took it serious. The joke that he made, nobody's really talking too much about that. They're making memes and they're making this and they're still carrying the joke on. So when you take someone that couldn't take a joke and make it so real, then let's talk about her situation on a separate note. But he's a comedian. We're here to laugh, and that's what we did. We'll move on. Like comedians have said worse. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've just heard some comedians say some stuff about gay people, about AIDS, about this, about that. What he did was out of line, unprofessional, and it shows a sign of a mental issue that I think somebody need to help him deal with, or he needs to take a personal time out and deal with, because that's not him. That's not what you do when you're at a man of your stature that's, got kids looking up to you, everybody looking up to you. You're a public.
He would never smack no white man like that, especially at no damn Oscar ceremony.
So that goes to that's whose comment?
Trey Lee Cole.
Trey Lee Cole. So Trey Lee Cole says that.
So if a white comedian said that.
Let's put that. I heard Jerry Seinfeld say. Jerry Seinfeld said that about Jada. What do you think Will would do? I mean, that's all hypothetical. And saying that you're saying a white man. I
really don't even like that. I don't like that because now it's going to come to an issue of like black and white. And it's not a black and white issue like that. I'm me personally. You guys can do whatever you want to do, but me personally, I don't want to turn it into a thing. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna open the door to some other stuff that. We're talking about a comedian that made a joke about something that everybody laughed at, and we're talking about a guy that's in a position that he should know better to walk in the middle of a ceremony like that and put his hands on anybody. Assault anybody. You know what I mean? So those are the real issues that's at hand. And the joke, he could have pulled Chris to the side, said, "Yo, it was kind of funny, bro, but my wife took it a certain type of way."
Pulled Chris to one of the blueprint rooms in the back and whipped his ass.
And whatever. You could do that. You could have did whatever you wanted to do.
I get it. I definitely get it, man. I'm not justifying what Will did, but I can say I can relate.
Let me ask you a question.
I can relate.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have done that?
I can relate to him losing control. That's what I seen. I seen a man losing control of something. I mean,
walk up, knowing what he was about to do,
smack the shit out of somebody, and walk back
and turn around calmly And I ain't see him lose control.
How is that not? We talking about Will Smith, the guy,
okay, but
the guy who's always poised.
That's where the difference. It was, but that's still a mental health issue.
Like, so we talk about mental health and saying that mentally, maybe when Will first sat down and he came in there before the Oscars even started, he had things on his mind. And when Chris Rock said that, he said, "You know what? I don't even care where we at. And like, it don't even the Oscars. None of this shit even matters."
And that's a mental health issue.
So I'm saying
he can't show any control. He lost control.
Well, people need help. I'm saying, so should we be condemning him or should we? So we be.
I'm not condemning him. I would never condemn him because he needs help.
I would agree with what you said only if he didn't laugh at the joke because if he just snapped.
Well, what if him laughing was him being polite?
Wait, bro. What if of something else?
Exactly.
How he felt.
Exactly.
I don't think it was because of how he felt. His reaction was.
He could have been being polite though. Exactly. How many times you see somebody before they get ready to spaz, they laugh? Especially if somebody's making fun of them, even though they pissed, they be like, "Oh, word."
I mean,
how many times? How many times have you seen that, bro? So because it
was a laugh like everybody else was laughing.
I mean, shit.
It was a laugh like everybody else was laughing.
I seen it.
It wasn't no.
Yeah. It was one of them.
It was funny. I mean, it was a laugh until you see.
He looked at his wife. He stopped laughing.
Shut up.
Facts.
I better shut up.
What the people gotta say, man? What the people talking about?
This was something else that I heard from somebody else. I was discussing the same thing with somebody else, and she said the real person that Will Smith is mad at is Will Smith. Yes. Wait, hear me out. Will has been poised. He's always been a funny, mild-mannered guy. So for him to sit there and laugh with everyone at Chris's bad joke was unfortunately Will being polite. It wasn't until he saw his wife's displeasure with the joke that he grew upset. Honestly, I honestly believe that Will was upset at himself first and overreacted as a result of a combination of emotions, anger and embarrassment, shame and pain. Will may have been angry at himself for allowing the joke to initially go over his head, trying to be polite and chuckle at the joke, left his wife unsupported and unprotected. So when we start to talk about, women feeling unsupported and unprotected, that's a real thing.
Yes,
that's a real thing. That's that. We can't just. That's a real thing. We can't just sweep that under the rug and say. And we think about
that's a topic.
And think about a woman.
That's a major topic.
Right. So when we think about a woman as such as Jada and saying she's in a public eye, just because these are public figures and they have money doesn't mean that they don't have mental health issues.
They're human beings.
They're human beings, and saying exactly. So
everybody's a human being.
Right. So that's my point that I'm trying to make. And I'm not saying that. I'm defending. I'm just, this is dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually reading what someone else said. I kind of agree with it.
Yes.
She also went on to say that he was trying to be polite and chuckle at the joke that left his wife unsupported and unprotected. That last slap last night was really Will tired of being polite. That slap was Will tired of people assaulting his family. That slap was Will being exhausted and sick and tired of the box that Hollywood has put him in. I can see that in his demeanor, especially after his speech.
Yo, you signed up for that. You listen, he signed up.
I get it though, bro. They're human though.
He did sign up for that. He signed up for that.
One, it's not a box Hollywood put him in because for the past 10, 15 years, or for the past 8 years, he's been all over social media.
He enjoyed it. Yeah. He was enjoying it. He was living it up. He was living it up. So you can't.
And you gotta admit, what box? Because Will Smith is one of the most protected lives that we
absolutely.
We just
they chose to put that. They chose to put that in public.
Since Jada started that, then that's when we started getting visions of their life.
Yes.
But before that, they was a nutshell. We didn't hear nothing, but they was a great.
They was a power couple in Hollywood.
My man,
one of the top couples.
Stark says, man, do not feed into the media. So it's saying like this is all. I guess that point. What are you saying right there? Stark saying that this was all staged. Is that we're getting because some people feel that way that it was all staged.
Some people did.
Chris Rock is going on. He going on tour. Him and Kevin Hart is doing something, so they could have just did this. You know what I mean? To spark the hype. Not everybody. So I mean, obviously, Chris Rock going on tour. That's definitely gonna be something that he's gonna talk about.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, it can't be both. Everybody's gonna have their opinion about it. And most people, I think, are gonna say that it was real. Just like people saying that it was a mental breakdown, it was emotional, it was a lot of things. I'm gonna go check mine. I'm gonna see if anybody tuned in on my page. I tagged the page, I shared the page. So Y'all got any comments, anything y'all want to say, y'all can chime in, and I'll put it out there.
You gotta understand, Jada puts all her business in the news.
Yes, lately, for the last few years, she has.
So, I mean, she said, I'm trying to get it over here.
Let me check.
Talk about. Well, so yeah, it's a whole list of things that people have said about Jada.
Yes.
It don't make it right, but she's in the public eye. So
that's why I say you sign up for it. Yeah, people act like we can't keep saying, like I say that they're human beings. They are human beings.
But they get
but there's a time when you're that type of human being and you live in that type of life and making that type of money, you're getting paid to be a certain type of way. You signed up.
They get paid about a outrageous amount of money to entertain.
Yes.
And with social media now, their personal lives have become entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides,
and
before growing up, stars kind of personalized. You really didn't hear too much current things.
Their lives were private. It was really private. It was really private.
Now you can make money. The Kardashians are making your personal life public.
Exactly.
You can make more than making.
And like I said, life is all about choice, man. Like a lot of people do a lot of things by choice, and anything you choose to do, you have to be able to deal with all the domino effects, all the consequences of that, and you have to eat all of that because that's a choice that you made. Either think the choice through, or if you jump out the window, then you got to deal with the consequences as they come. But if you think it through, it might not be the best choice. So, like a lot of people deal with emotions and they react off of emotions. So you gotta.
Bottom line, Will Smith, if it was real, he was wrong.
He was wrong, period. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I agree.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong for protecting his ladies.
He was wrong for doing it at that time.
Really,
like I said, he should have pulled.
Yeah,
he should have.
You said he was wrong for slapping him.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, he was wrong for putting.
Listen,
I agree. I agree.
Listen, I don't think he was wrong for that. Listen. Let me tell you what
You don't think he was wrong for slapping Chris Rock?
Well, I do think that he was wrong, right? But what I'm saying is, even if he wanted to slap Chris, like that's something between men, personal, whatever. What I'm saying is, what he did at the time that he did it at, he should not have done that, and nobody should be okay with him doing that. And looking at that, saying, "Yeah, he should have went up there and slapped him." Oh, he should have did. No, he should have not. He should not have done that. You know what I mean? At the time, whatever conversation they have after the event is over, then that's the conversation they have. However that play out, that's two men that played out like that. Whatever. But at that time and that atmosphere, you don't do that. You have to, when you're working, because that's what they were doing. They were all working.
Right.
When you're working, you have to be professional at all times.
Right. So since you're bringing up that point and saying professionalism, I commend Chris Rock for his level of professionalism because he made it seem like it had never even happened. Like he just like it was like in a movie, and he just like he made it like a ill pun about it. Like you know what I'm saying? So I applaud him.
You smack me, they turn your back on me?
Listen.
Oh, that's automatic choke out.
Listen. Punch me in the face, man. Just punch. Listen. Punch me in the face. I would accept that way. Like punch me in the face, even if you drop me, man. Do not slap me, bro. Like word up. Do not walk up to me and slap me, man. Like I don't like. And at the end of the day, now let me ask this question. Now say Will slap. Listen, let me hear this, right? Say Will slap Chris, right? And Chris was like, dropped his mic and said, "Oh hell no, nah, nigga!" Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Looking like buffoons,
idiots, right? Now, how many people agree that he should have done that? He should have said, "You know what, man? This nigga just disrespected and slapped me."
If you agree that he can smack somebody, then you gotta agree that he can defend himself. So
you
agree that they should. That you're okay with them just running around,
rolling around. Yeah, what's your take on it?
All these white people see two niggas can't bring these niggas nowhere.
Exactly.
They wonder why we ain't gave them no.
And listen, now it's coming from a person that they thought would never be that type of person. It's coming from Will Smith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming from. It ain't coming from Kodak Black. It ain't coming from somebody that you like. Okay, it's coming from Mr. Perfect. Yeah, it's coming from Mr. Perfect.
I get it.
It's coming from Mr. Yo, it's ridiculous. So, and then
smack this nigga.
But I think if Chris would have reacted, he would have been justified in reacting.
Yo, that's the slogan, man.
I think he would have been justified in reacting.
I mean, the reaction was warranted.
Oh, yeah,
nah, listen. Once you,
wait.
When
we talking.
Listen, he slept.
That's an overreaction. So we talking about the reaction was warranted,
bro. He walked up to this man, right? He slapped this man in his face,
bro.
Now, I think, I don't know how many people agree with me now. Right then and there, the gloves is off. The gloves is off. It ain't no, all that. He would have been right. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, light it up.
I'm going barefoot. Nigga, it's over.
Say your browser has lost connection. I think I'm still good though.
Yeah, I think he still is.
Yeah, but like, so he would have been justified all day for doing that. You know what I mean? And people wouldn't have looked at him as much as they still would have looked at Will. Like, bro, what are you doing? You're bugging. You're gonna walk up in the middle of the Oscars and.
Oh. Well, I think we touched that topic, man. Listen, if you are watching this video right now, I need you to follow my guy right now, my guy Khalif. Yo, Khalif, what's his name? Hit him with your Instagram right now.
Yo, my IG is at Khalif KHALIF 1577. That's my regular page. My business page, the Two Anthony's Relocation Services LLC. That's what it is. The Two Anthony's, the number 2. The Two Anthony's Relocation Services. That's on IG. Also got the clothing line, the locations. You can look that up on IG. That's at location AC203. You know, I got that popping. We're gonna be coming out with a lot of new stuff for the summer. Just wait and can't wait, ladies. I got some stuff for y'all for real. Like, tap in, check it out.
Word. Make sure y'all share this video right now. Like and share the video. It's that simple. It only takes a few seconds to actually hit the like, the love button, the laugh button, the mad button, and share the video right now so more people can see this podcast. Make sure you follow my man Kennedy Man on Instagram and our podcast on YouTube. It's very simple. Just type in GGD720. You'll find us. It's the Galactic Guardians. We got dozens of other podcasts up there, man. Are we done with the Will Smith and Jada?
Yeah, I think we done with that. Unless, you know what I mean?
Back and forth. You got a couple things.
Yeah, you got some questions.
Yeah, I do. All right. So this question was posed by, shouts out to my man Will Coggs. Will Coggs, he always posts his thought-provoking questions, pictures of that nature. So yesterday I was tagged. Now this is the question. You are out with your wife or husband, and 2 family members. You eat and drink a lot. You anticipate a high bill. It comes back to $88, which should have been $100 or more. Do you pay the $88 or call over the waiter and tell the truth?
You want to take it first?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop 100 there because I'm gonna drop 100 there.
Listen, I had this situation happen, like for real. I had this situation happen like a couple days ago. No, matter of fact, I think I was in Virginia. So I go in there, I purchase something, and it was like, looked at it, I was like, I know that's not right. So I told the young lady, I said, listen, young black lady, I said, black, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, listen, you rang up too much. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have mattered what color she was or nothing like that. I don't know why I said that. It wouldn't have mattered what color she was. I was like, you rang up too, that's not right. I said, I don't want you later on down the line or anything like that to come up that you were short or something happened with your register, you lose your job, anything like that. I said, so here, do it over. So she was like, thank you, So you got to think about that now. If it's couples and stuff like that, the tab is going to be anywhere from between $500 and $1,000. It depends on how much y'all doing and whatever. So if she comes back with an $88 ticket and you don't, at least, give her a heads up, like she's going to lose her job. You don't know what her family situation is.
So what would you do?
All day. I would have told her about it, made sure she made it right. We're not there to like we're not out here in life trying to take from people. We rather give, you know what I mean? So that's a still, but that's and another thing too. But that's also theft. If you look at the big picture.
All right, wait. Well, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. I want to read. Let me read some of the comments. One person said, "Thanks for the discount, and here's a nice tip, though. I wouldn't say a word, but leave a sweet tip." Another person says pay the $88 and then plan there to eat there again. Another person just said I'm out.
Drop a buck down, give you a little tip.
Now let me read the actual wife and what she actually posted. What her comment was. Her comment was, well, we paid the correct bill and I would do it again. I think I saved someone's job yesterday. I think I heard a round of applause from the other customers as we were leaving because I chose to do the right thing. Me personally, I had a conversation with my goddess this morning and having a conversation. A lie is a lie, a thief is a thief. Period. And saying if you're willing to take something because the shoe could be on the other foot where you're like, damn, they were supposed to pay you more, and the person comes in like, hey, you only charge me
Absolutely.
You can't label me
absolutely.
Your mistake.
But even if you know the mistake, you don't feel like you're still taking.
So, all right. So if somebody dropped $1 million in front of you, kept it moving, what are you doing? But that $1 million cost, so let's put more money on it. You're gonna return. If you just found $1 million and you heard it was the homeless guy's fortune or something, you're gonna give him.
I think that's a different scenario,
it's
though.
The same scenario, just adding more money.
I don't think it's not.
Nah, because you talking about finding money. You talking about wait, no, that's not the same scenario. No. Okay.
You can't. Because you just said the same quote. You just said a lie is a lie, right? So that quote doesn't determine the money amount. So if you find $1 million, you got to return it. If you find $1, by living by that standard, if the money amount doesn't determine your.
Well, what you're saying, the key thing, not to cut your wisdom, the key thing is saying that you found.
No, I just told you. And you heard that the money was supposed to help someone.
No, but you got to listen.
You know the money was supposed to go somewhere positive.
No, but wait, what you're saying, what you got to.
The same scenario.
No, you're not because
you owe this lady $600. You know. If your bill is around $600.
Exactly.
You know your bill is around $600.
We're talking about what you know you ate, what you know you drink.
You know your bill is around $600. So you would feel comfortable dropping the buck, saying peace, I'm out, knowing that this $600, there's a $500 balance that's gonna come into question.
Sure.
I could feel that. Me personally, I couldn't do that because you just stole $500.
I didn't steal nothing.
Well, she made a mistake. She made an error. You're right. You didn't. Integrity-wise. You're right.
You said I
went into
that restaurant.
Like the lady said on that. You paid.
Like I dished out on my tab.
She paid her bill. You paid your tab. Exactly. I got you.
If you tell me the bill is this, if it's been times I thought I was overcharged, and I still paid it.
But you're still taking though. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I never disputed the bill, even when I thought I was overcharged.
At the end of the day,
so
it's a moral cause.
I'm undercharged. I'm not going to dispute the bill.
It's all about where your morals is at. It's all about what type of morals you got in life and how you want to live your life.
Right.
And it's up to your decision. That's your decision.
That's not immoral. That's not a moral stand.
That's my personal opinion. I think it's immoral. I think that the right thing to do is say, hey, you know what? Boom. This is not right. Whatever. We came here to pay this. We came here to eat, pay this. We're gonna leave on the good vibe. I'm not gonna leave like damn, I'm not gonna leave like damn. I know these people. Looking
for that
money.
That's just my opinion. We done done that together.
When
we were kids. We done been to Mario's. Yes.
Kids, bro.
Kids, we was 20 twice.
Yeah, we morally wasn't right.
45.
No, but listen. So we done done that in our lifetime.
Yes.
I'm not leaving. I'm paying. I want to pay the right bill because I don't want to.
Now, if you want to put it,
it wasn't right.
Now, listen. If you want to put it into that context,
we've done it before.
If you want to put it into that context, if I was 21,
yes, it does. If you run out on the tab,
if I was 21,
anywhere you're drinking, you run out on the tab. That's considered stealing.
If we didn't walk out, but we would only drop $200 for the waitress. You know we would.
Listen, hear me out.
Like
okay, but hear me
out. If the bill was $300, nigga, bitch was $300. We only give because it was. Listen, you know hear me out.
That doesn't make it right.
That doesn't make it right.
So what's your point? What you saying? It is. It is stealing. It is stealing. It's going in there. You consume this amount and you didn't pay for it.
At the end of the day,
that's stealing. If I consume the amount and she doesn't give me the bill, or whoever the hell it is, a day, because it could be a day together.
You paid your tab. You ain't do nothing wrong.
I paid the tab.
You paid your tab. You ain't do nothing wrong.
I didn't steal it.
Morally.
Morally. Okay,
you
so.
Didn't do nothing wrong, but morally.
I'm not losing no sleep over that.
That's you. That's personal. That's okay.
You've done it millions of times. They never lost no sleep.
When I was a kid, you're talking about
a kid. When you were 25, 30 years old.
Yo, let me read some of these comments. Hold on, let me read some of these comments.
That's 20 years ago, bro.
Listen, Anthony Hustle. No, hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me read some of these comments. Anthony Hustle says the Oscars are too much. The Oscars are too top-notch actors. It makes you question the whole thing. Another woman, Tia from Springfield, said it was staged. She said she rocking her sunglasses too. We all got sunglasses on. We all got shades on. It's for the hater blockers, man. Shouts out to the people that's in the comments. My apologies, you can't see the comments. I don't know why, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep shouting out to people in the comments. Thank you for keeping us engaging with us. And that question, I'm gonna ask the question one more time. If you just came into the room, let me ask that question one more time. The question was, you're out with a group of people. So the question is, you're out with your wife or your husband and 2 family members, and you eat and drink a lot, and you anticipate a high bill. It comes back to $88, which should have been over 100 or more. Do you pay the 88 or call over the waiter and say the truth? So that's basically what you were asking. Do you keep it to yourself or do you tell the truth? That's the question.
I'm gone.
You gone?
How many times you never been in a situation? And I ain't gonna say kid.
I would tell
as grown-ups, how many times you gave a motherfucker?
I just told you about a situation. I just told you about a situation and what I did that actually happened.
The last couple of times that I've been in that situation, I gave it back.
I just told you about a situation.
I gave it back.
And you know what? The person that I did it with, I think she's friends with me on Facebook. So she see this podcast, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I just told you about a situation where I did that. Morally, I felt bad. I know, but when you say 20 years ago we did this, I'm nothing like that person. So like at this age, if I'm out on a date with a couple's date, that means we're of age, we're doing something mature. I'm not gonna run out on a bill, bro. I'm gonna make it right. That's just how I think now.
You didn't run out on the bill though. You keep you're putting it into
listen,
the context that's not
okay,
happening.
well, the words might not match up the situation, but what I'm saying, morally, you know the shit not right. Period. That's all I'm saying.
So let me
morally, the shit ain't right.
I got another question.
You didn't do nothing wrong, but morally, the shit not right. That's just how
I got another question for y'all.
That's how I view it. That's how I view it.
I got one more question for y'all. It's actually 2 more questions. So this next question is.
That's how I view it.
I'm talking about making a tough decision. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to make a tough decision, what usually grounds you to make that tough decision? Like it could be, maybe you got to fire somebody, or maybe you got to tell somebody, hey, I got to let you go, or maybe you got to tell one of your kids, no, we're not going there, or tough decisions that you got to make, whether it's with your family or, in your own personal life. What are some of the things that helps ground you to make this tough decision?
Try to rely on personal experience.
Say that again for the people loud. Say it louder for the people in the back, Abe.
Yeah, rely on personal experience and experience of others around you.
Powerful. What about you, Khalif?
Man, I just in my mind, mentally, I really try to train myself just to do the right things in life right now, man. I draw from that. Plus, I got the kids and everything. I like enjoying. I enjoy life, no matter what it is. I don't want to do anything to try to take any of that away from me. I don't want negative vibes around me. You know what I mean? I just shut down to that. Like I'm so trained to the point where I don't feel that.
Let me ask you a question. One other thing. Say like you found, $50,000, $100,000.
Yeah.
You read in the paper.
I found it.
You found it. But
okay.
The next day you read in the paper that was going to help some homeless people, some homeless charity. What you doing with the money?
I would probably a homeless charity.
No, like a charity. It's going to any
well, it
charity.
don't really matter where it's for. It don't matter where it's for, whatever. I do charity. I would call in. I would gain so much more benefit from me. Like instead of me going and spending that money and joining that money and blowing that money and doing all that, you know what I'm gonna gain from giving that money back? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm gonna gain? I'm not hard up for the money. We're businessmen. Like if we work hard enough, we can make that type of money. You know what I mean? That's fact. So at this point in the game, I will gain so much more by giving that money back. I would look at it like that, and I would think like that. You know what I mean? It would don't think I wouldn't think about taking this shit like, damn, that's a lot of money. Who wouldn't? But morally, I personally would be like, damn, but if I give this money back, just think of how people, because I like how people look at me. I do really care about how people judge and how I want to be like, you know what I mean?
Keeping the money is not going to change how people look at you.
If they know about it, nobody's gonna know. But see, it's like that. See, when you say stuff like that, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen with certain situations. So I kept it basic. I just kept it basic. But at the end of the day, I would gain a lot more. I mean, of course, of course, I'm gonna
build my family.
Of course.
Like that's not. It doesn't make me immoral.
Listen, you found it, bro. Like find it. What they say, finders keepers, losers weepers. You found it. I'm just saying now, but then when you bring in, when you bring in, oh, it goes to the little kid that did, you know, or it goes to a charity, or it goes to whatever, it becomes a different scenario. Like there's a lot of different, like that's why when I say when you ask the question, the scenario you're talking about, when you said, now if you say it's just 100,000, I don't know whose it is. Right. I'm not gonna try to figure out whose it is. But when you bring in, I see on the news, it belongs to this, and it's like morally, that's gonna be like, God damn, I'm spending this money. I would gain so much more by giving it back, bro. I mean, you laugh, but that's just what it is, man.
I don't know if I believe or don't believe.
Bro.
I'm not saying.
That's because, like, and that's okay because you really don't know, like, you know what I mean?
No, I know.
I can't.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm just saying the situation we're both in, like, none of us are rich like that.
Nah, so, but still,
$100,000, like for $100,000, you give me an influx of $100,000, my business is gonna go skyrocket. And then I can help charity.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna listen. I could do that. I could do that on my own by hard work. I could do that on my own. You know what I mean? I could make $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? Easily. You feel me? So,
but nobody's saying that.
I know, but this is what I'm saying.
That's $100,000 in just for 20 seconds of picking up a bag.
All right, listen. The question was, what would I do? I said I would give it back because I would gain so much more by giving it back.
And that was your answer. No, I dig it.
That's my answer.
No, I dig it.
As like you guys play chess all the time. You have chess tournaments and all this other stuff. If you want to play chess, I play the life game of chess. That's a chess move. Am I gonna take this money or am I gonna give it back and gain so much more? It's simple mathematics, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I know y'all can't see that, but what's the one thing y'all be really disappointed if you never got to experience? What's the one thing that you'd be really disappointed if you never got to experience? One thing.
Watching my kids before.
Something that happened already
that you never got to experience. That you'd be really disappointed if you never got to experience. So I would
have to say that too. But what's better than that? You know what I mean? Or even being a father. Period.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like seriously. That grounded me a lot, bro. Like you gotta understand. Like that grounded me so much. Without that, I'm telling you, you know how we came up, where we come from, what we do. So you understand it takes a lot to be where we at and what we're doing. The positiveness, everybody. You know what I mean? Like it just takes a lot, man. And that grounded me. So like being a father and the birth.
I think that same thing. When I say my kids too, like, you know what I'm saying? Not having that, I'll be really disappointed if I didn't get to experience at least seeing one of my kids being born. You know what I mean? But then I think about the things that, what got us here, like, you know what I'm saying? So if I didn't experience some of that shit, like, where will we be at? That's why I asked that question to y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all, I mean, we all three came so far from where we were at when we were 20 years ago. Let's just put 20 years. Well, we still adult. I'm not going back to when we were kids. I'm saying 20 years ago, we were all adults 20 years ago, and you know the things that
when we turned 18.
Exactly, you know what I mean. I'm talking. We were in our 20s 20 years ago, all three of us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you know, so that brings me, like, leading me to my next question is, the one thing that you could tell yourself, your 30-year-old self, if you could tell your 30-year-old self one thing. Yeah, you good.
People can hear me though, right?
Yeah, they definitely can. The one thing you would say to your 30-year-old self.
My 30-year-old self?
Yes.
I would say, stay focused.
Stay focused.
And I say that because, you know, at that age, like I know a lot of people now, a lot of young kids now, even when they're 20, 25, they're like, millionaires already. But a lot of things have changed since we were.
I tell myself the motherfucker.
Just stay with the path because there's so much.
Start a legit LLC
and start and go.
I would tell myself to stop lying, stop cheating, stop trying to get over. Like I would do the work. Say my 30-year-old self.
Yeah, I practice though. I was just saying that. I really believe in that. I have to change. I started that a long time, like changing all that.
Yeah.
Like I want to be a person that people could depend on, honest. You don't have to worry about no shady, no nothing. Like you just all good vibes. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
I dig it.
You know what I mean? That's just
I dig it.
Yeah, it's like
shouts out to Jay Duffy. Jay Duffy, what's up? I see you on the check-in, man.
Right, what it do, Jay?
Yeah, Jay Duffy, what's up?
Hold on. I got something to say to Jay.
Got a question.
Yo, Brooklyn gotta hold that L, man.
Ooh.
That Philly nigga smacked the shit out of that Brooklyn nigga. Yo, Brooklyn gotta hold that L, J Dub.
Yo, I seen Gilly the Kid today Instagram, and he said, listen, look, this is what he said though. Gilly the Kid said, he said, look, man, you know, Gil Smith talking about himself and Will Smith got a lot of common. They from Philly, nigga. Then he pointed at his girl too, like he said, let a nigga say my girl too. And watch what the fuck happened. You know how Gilly is, and that shit had me dying because you know what I'm saying. We could bring it to that and say it to a street level, but I'm saying, okay, how are we really thinking? You know what I mean? But there's so many different perspectives. Oh man, that's funny. It's so many perspectives. But we could, you know, people are laughing, joking, making memes. Like, you know, it's funny what he just said. Like, yo, Brooklyn got to take an L because somebody from West Philly slapped the shit out of. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're making light of the situation. You know what I'm saying? We're making light of the situation. And I watched something on Richard Pryor the other day, and how Richard Pryor brought it to the point where he it was at a point where he was using the word nigga, and then when after he like burnt himself and he went to Africa, he came back like on some Malcolm X type, like he was like he didn't want to say because when he looked around, he felt like he didn't see no niggas. So it made him change his outlook and how he viewed people at first, because he a lot of his comedy was about you know,
such thing. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, not a such thing, but is there almost a such thing? I don't know how to phrase it better, as like comedy that. What was the word I was looking for? Just like a comedy that, like it's not funny, like that goes too far.
I mean, some things I think are taken too far. Some things is. Everything is not funny, and I think we got to
censor to hurt to stop people feel. Like who determines that comedy goes too far?
I think yourself morally, because as an artist, just because you're a comedian does not mean you're an artist. As an artist, you are responsible for the content that you put out. And that's my outlook on it. My take on it is saying that you got to be responsible. You the artist yourself, whether you're a comedian, you have to be responsible. You got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So
when you tell the joke,
I understand what you're saying. But I'm talking about like because you're missing what I'm trying to get to. Like, what is the essence of comedy? Is trying to make people laugh. Most of the time at the expense of somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes comedians, like I was saying earlier, comedians make fun of themselves. They make fun of Chinese people. They make fun of white people. If you're a black comedian, I don't see too many white comedians now doing what's the name? It's a couple out there that crack on black people, but it's not many that take that stand yet. You know what I'm saying?
I can say from my experience, I never found like the deaf jokes. Y'all know I got 2 deaf parents. So growing up, or even today as an adult, I never found the deaf jokes funny. Even when somebody be like, "Oh, you can hear me," and it would make me. People still do it to this day, and I would look at them like, "You think that's funny? You find that funny saying that somebody deaf? That sounds funny." But I got deaf parents, so it's like, and I know other deaf people. So it's not funny. Yeah. It's just not funny to me. And you saying, where's the line? So where's the line?
See, that goes to like
what's funny to you. I mean, what's not funny to you or what's not funny to me in certain things is hilarious to other people.
But see, that's the thing though. Now look at all the different sets and communities you got.
I'm sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's like a deaf community. You feel me? So that's gonna offend the deaf community before anybody else. You understand what I'm saying?
Have a sense of humor? It is.
Some of them.
Some of them might find that funny.
True, but it's gonna offend. Yeah, but it's gonna offend the ones more. That's what I'm trying to get.
Like, who writes the criteria? What's got to be
who's funny?
What's got to be? Exactly. What can be? What's funny? Who holds that criteria? Because there's so many different diverse mentalities that hold the same problem. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if it's coming from a comedian, man, then
it's skinny people that find
that's
their
job, funny. Man.
It's fat people that find fat jokes funny.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. There's deaf people
that body. Is the ones that feel comfortable in their body, so they don't find it, and then there's the ones that don't feel comfortable in their body, so it might offend them. So
I don't even think that's not true. That they don't feel comfortable in their body. Just make a joke of someone's handicap, especially talking about handicap or illness. When it comes to making a joke of someone's handicap or illness, we tend to think the stuff is funny until it's all fun and games until it hits home. It's all fun and games until it hits home. And I can say that because it's all fun and games until it hits home. So I feel like what happened with Will and that whole thing is like it really hit home. So you know what I'm saying? But that's where the line is drawn. We saying comedy and saying, oh yeah, it's funny and we should be able to do it. But like, and I'm speaking to myself when I say this. I'm not excluding my own personal self by saying that I have laughed at other things and saying, damn, maybe that's really not that fucking funny. It may be funny to me, but when I look at it from somebody else's point of view, that it hits me like, yo, that ain't funny, man. My mom was a whore and I don't know, my mom was a whore and she had to stop. No, I mean, for real though, bro. I'm not trying to make a joke.
All right, but the way you worded it though, that's
I'm bringing it in context, bro.
Yeah. Comedy too. Listen, it's comedy, man. And at the end of the day, I feel like if it's coming from a comedian, like if you going somewhere, you know, excuse me, you know how comedians are. So if you listen to someone, you go turn on some comedy, then get ready to hear whatever, because you don't know. Because think about Rodney Dangerfield. Think about all these other comics like they used to say. The craziest man, the wildest man. Like you look at some of these old comics, like nobody cared. You know what I mean? But now everything is so watered down. Everybody's so sensitive. You can't really say this about this. You can't say that about that. And it becomes they're taking comedy and trying to put restraints on it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, comedians get paid to be funny.
Right.
And like if a few people and everybody's not gonna think they're funny. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact, though.
So, like, if you don't, I mean, it's about your taste and what you want to do, man. It's just like it's up to you. Like, you know what I mean? If it's not your cup of tea, then don't listen to no comedy or don't go to no comedy show because these dudes is liable to say anything. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
What people gotta understand is comedy. You gotta keep it in context. What we're talking about. Comedy. I can see if comedy is coming from a place where it's not intended to hurt.
Exactly.
Even though it can hurt.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it can hurt, it's not coming from a place to hurt. So Will has to understand. Will should understand.
A comic is not saying that to hurt nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not. He wasn't saying that to hurt. He thought he was gonna get a laugh. Exactly.
So let's keep it in context.
Exactly.
If Will he wasn't attacking his wife like he didn't. I can see him saying, "Oh, this stupid bitch," and then went on a tirade. He go too far.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't listen. At the end of the day, I thought it was something minor, and I thought that he came out of character.
I still think he come out on stage.
You do?
I don't know. I mean, they might even try to spin it like it was, but at the end of the day, I think it was. I just saw how he looked at. I saw Jada's face, and I saw how he looked at her when it's like because he was laughing at first.
See that though.
You got to look at it from the beginning. When he first said the joke, G.I. Jane. Jada, him and Will and Jada Jada automatically was like whatever, you know what I mean? She didn't like it. Will was laughing, but he looked over at Jada and saw that, you know what I mean? And immediately, you gotta look at it. And immediately he kind of stopped. And then that's when he did what he did. Like that's what I saw. That's what's from my perspective. That he, you know what I mean? I think he did.
You actually see him look at Jada?
I actually see, yes. I actually see him. Listen, he's sitting, they're not sitting beside each other. They're sitting to a point like me and you're sitting. Like to the point where no matter what, he's in an angle to the point where
let's actually watch it. Let's
pull the video up.
We're actually gonna watch it.
Word up. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's actually watch it.
And I think he reacted more off of his wife's, you know, how the joke made his wife feel.
Okay.
And like I said, the 85% communication nonverbal, man, like the look was, I don't know how he took that.
Where we at?
Shit.
Is that the video? Oh, you can't see it?
No, we can't. It's not on the screen. I mean, we see the
Hold on 1 minute. Is this it?
it's up there now.
I don't know. Okay, so we actually, all right, we're watching. Cool.
Oh wow! You think that
wasn't fake, bro? That was not fake, bro. I don't care. No. Yo, bro. Rewind it, bro. Rewind it. No, it was not fake, bro.
You heard the whole. All right, rewind it. No, we gotta rewind it more. You gotta rewind it to when he's telling it.
Right here.
Watch.
See, they'll never show.
All right, look at Will. Look, laughing. Look at her. Look at her. Now watch.
See, they cut away.
They cut away. They never show that.
They never showed it. He comes walking up right now. So I never see him look at her.
Nah, you're right.
Okay, right. You're right. I thought he looked at her.
He never looked at her.
He never did.
Showed him
Okay.
You're right about that.
That was a long clip in between. We don't know what happened in between either. Yeah, so I thought he looked at it. He didn't. He didn't. Well, they didn't show. They didn't show. Yeah, they didn't show.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know that.
Yeah, what?
All they show him laughing. And then he come up out of his seat.
Yo, go back to.
I'm trying to get to just.
The smack was real, bro.
Yeah, that's one.
Hands down. The smack was real.
Yeah, the smack was real. The smack was definitely real.
Smack was real, man. You know what I'm saying?
The smack was real. For real.
Yeah, he did, B.
Yeah, that was a real smack.
It definitely was a real smack. But like I was saying, he never looked at it. So therefore, like, that's like you tell, like.
I still don't think it's staged, though.
Nah, I'm not saying.
I think that.
I'm kind of like I when I first seen it this morning, I had to go to work and shit. So I was like, that shit was staged.
Yeah.
And they were, you know what I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, this is the first time I really heard it like loud like this and watched it like that. When I seen, I didn't hear the but I heard the man. He called it.
See her face. He never looked, man. He obviously gets out of his chair right about. He gets where he gets out of his chair, but right now, look, he looks at him. Oh, he starts thinking.
Look, now he getting up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he slapped the shot.
Oh. Look how he walked back.
Like, who gonna smack a nigga? Who gonna smack a nigga turn his back on him like that?
Nah, that wasn't staged. But yeah, either way, you know what I mean?
Nah, it wasn't staged, bro.
Nah, it might not have been staged.
Yeah, you professional. You can't do that, man.
Period.
Bad time and bad atmosphere for you to do that. Look at his face. Look. Now he's still talking shit. Look. Yeah,
you saying that was staged. Some people are saying it's staged. I actually got a plan on the screen right now. Yeah, so we're watching, the same people can see, you know what I'm saying, where we're actually watching.
I'm not saying it's staged. I'm saying it's my first colors. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it was staged.
Me neither, man. I don't think it was staged.
I don't think it was staged.
At all. Well, I want to thank everybody that's here. Once again, make sure you share this video. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Sankofa Cafe. Shouts out to 720 A's team. Shouts out to 2 Anthony's Relocation. Shouts out to Finesse Landscaping. If I forgot you, shouts out to Black on Black Printing. Shouts out to the Power Melon. And of course, 720. We located at 1741 East Main. Come pull up on us. We doing that. What is it? Smokes and Strokes. Smokes and Strokes. Smokes and Strokes, man, for all my 420 smokers, man. That's going down, man. You know what I mean? And then we got karaoke. Karaoke is definitely going down on Thursday nights. We had a great time in here Thursday. Yup. Shouts out to
when the next phase tournament. Let's talk about that.
I don't know, man. We got some. I don't know if you in the comments right now, man. You say you want to play. So I want people to put up and shut up because that's all people be doing is talking.
Let's get right.
They be talking and talking and talking and talking and talking.
Let's get right.
That's all they do. It's talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say they want to play spades until it's the day to play spades. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
some of y'all spades talkers out there, man. Y'all gotta stop.
Yo, listen, man. If you want to play, like chime in now. Let's go ahead and put the money down, put up or shut up, and let's set a date and get it popping, man.
Facts.
How many teams? 8, 16?
We can do 8 teams. 8 teams or 16 teams, man.
Nah, let's try to do at least 10. Let's
you can't because I mean you do 10.
Well, yeah, okay, you gotta be 8, yeah.
18, yeah. 8
or 16. 8 or 12.
12. We
4. Like 4, you know what I mean? Like it's 4 each team, like it's 2. It's like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be 4 at each table. We're gonna play at the same time, right? Or you
12 people, nah, that's what you mean.
All right. Maybe I got it misunderstood.
Yeah, you do, because 4 teams is 12 people. Or now it's 8 people. It got to be 18, bro.
Nah, 4 teams is 14.
4 teams is 8 people.
But I'm talking about like when it's 4 people playing at a time.
Uh-huh.
All right, never mind.
Like you gotta be 8 or 16.
8 or 16, kid.
So 8 or 16 then.
So, yeah, that's a big fact. 8 or 16. Cool. Yep. Shouts out to the guys at Irv J. Duff. I see you, man. Yo, make sure y'all follow me, man. Listen, like and share this video and comment and keep sharing the video, man. That's all I can say, man. I'm Ghost like Casper.
Peace, man. Peace.